channel. Today's video is going to be my week 1 check-in for the month of February. If you have not seen my little budget monthly view setup, I will leave it linked up in the cards up above. But we're going to be tracking for the first week, which is from Monday the 1st until Sunday the 7th. We have just a few transactions. We were quite bill heavy the first week. We had 5 bills. So let me just zoom you in and I'll very quickly go over how our week went. So on the first we had 2 bills come out. We had our rent and our council tax. On the second, again we had 2 bills. We had Audible, which we have been enjoying. We got it in January. I am now on to the 2nd Harry Potter book and I'm really enjoying listening to it in the car. And Thomas has chosen, I think it's a rugby player, his kind of autobiography. So yeah, I'm enjoying having that. We also paid our electric bill. On Wednesday the 3rd, I just have to go post some things at the post office, so that was 60 pence. We filled up our car, and we hadn't filled up our car since January 18th, so usually we can get about 2 weeks out of our car, so that's pretty good, on track. And that was £43.63. And then we did have our Spotify bill come out as well on the 3rd. Moving over to the second half of this page, Thomas did end up picking up a phone case. He had dropped his phone and it kind of chipped at the side, so we took that out of our household fund and that was £14.98. We then had to pick up some fabric softener on Amazon. Usually we have a subscription service and it comes, but the fabric softener that we usually pick up was out of stock, so we just decided to pick another one up to come the next day. So that was £5, but Thomas did get paid this Friday, so it wasn't too bad. We had no expenses or bills on the Saturday, and then as always we went shopping on the Sunday. So we had Aldi for £45.30 and Tesco's for £22.64. I am filming this on Monday the 8th. I'm a little bit behind, just a crazy weekend, but our phone bill did come out. So let's start on our weekly check-in. So I have set up my February budget already, and again I'll leave that in the cards up above throughout this video if you would like to check that out. But I'm going to start with our weekly check-in. So let's start by putting the date. So it is the 1st of the 2nd until the 7th. And then we can put our categories in. So the categories I like to track are food, so food shopping or grocery shopping if you're in America, petrol, which is the equivalent to gas, I think you call it over there, but it's just filling up our car so that we can run it. Food, petrol, we have household. I'm sorry if you can hear a beeping, they are building houses in the next lot next to our currently rented house, and they're working on it right now. I think it's a digger backing up. We then have eating out, and the last one will be unbudgeted. So the first week for us, I would say we've done really well. We have had not as much expenses as typical, and you can see once I filled all this in exactly how well we have done. So let's start with our first category, which is food. So we only have 2 food expenses. So let me grab my calculator. So we had Aldi for £45.30 and Tesco's for £22.64. So we spent a total of £67.94. Just tick these off while we're here. So for spent, we spent £67.94. We do budget a total of £280 a month. So let's take away what we spent to get our total remaining, which is £212.06, and we have 3 weeks left. So that leaves us a total of £70.69 per week, which is really good. I budget 70, so we're right on track there. Moving along to our next category, which is petrol. We only have one, and that was for £43.63. So £43.63 is spent. And in terms, to find out our total remaining, we budget 90 for the month. We're taking away 43.63, so that still leaves us with £46.37. I don't like to track per week because I know that we only fill up twice a month. Household, we do have a couple of expenses. So we had the post office for 60p. And then we had the phone case for Thomas, which was £14.98. And then we had Amazon at £5. So we spent a total of £20.58. So £20.58, and I am sure we budgeted 100 for this month. Household, yep. So we budgeted 100, so let's double check. So we've got 100 minus our £20.58. We still have £79.42 remaining. And if we divide that by 3, that is £26.47 per week, which is quite good because we are moving at the end of this month. That's a terrible 6. We're moving at the end of this month, so that should help with moving, etc. Now, this has never happened, but we actually spent nothing for eating out. I'm quite impressed with us. We usually go down to my mum and dad's on a Friday and we have dinner there, and luckily they pay, but we've been like having a freezer night or making macaroni, so it does too. Like, we're trying to be a little bit wiser with not eating out as much, so that's super. And then we do budget 130 per month, so I've got that in there. So if we take 130 divided by 3, that gives us £43.33, which is great. It is Thomas's birthday at the end of the month, and of course it's Valentine's Day, so that gives us a good chunk of money for that. And the last one is unbudgeted, and we have no unbudgeted expenses. And then of course we do not track for that. So I'm just going to give a quick overview of our first week. I think that we have done really well. For food shopping, we are right on target. We do try and pick out our meals for the week, which has been helping. We've been trying to use stuff up in the house since we are moving. We've been trying to use dinners from maybe things that we've already got in our cupboards or our freezer. Petrol, that's roughly about right, and it's already been the first week and I have more than half a tank of petrol left. So we're actually doing really well in terms of petrol, so we shouldn't have to fill up again until week 3, and then that should do us to the end of the month. Household, we don't typically spend a lot in household, but it's good to have that for when things like having the fabric softener missing does crop up. It's a good way of getting some of that money. I know that obviously we're moving house at the end of the month, so we may need to pick up some things that we need. I know that we need lampshades for all the house, we need blinds for all the windows, we need new pots and pans. Of course we're not going to get all that in the 1 month, but I've started creating a little list so that money can go towards there. Eating out, I am so proud of us. We typically don't do that. if we look back to January, it will show you exactly what we are typically like. So first week spent £53, 55, 44 and then 0, but typically we do eat out a lot and we spend a lot, but we've been trying to limit it, and if we do eat out it's maybe just one day a week instead of the whole weekend, so that's really been working out well for us. I'm hoping to get maybe a nice restaurant takeaway. Obviously we're still in lockdown, but a lot of the restaurants round about us do deliver some food, so I'm hoping to get that for Thomas's birthday, something a little bit special. So it's good that we will have some extra money, but his birthday is not until the 27th, so it's all the way in week 4, so I'm hoping that we still do have some money left over for that. And then of course we have no unbudgeted, so that is super. I can't imagine anything cropping up throughout the month that would make us go over budget. I've already paid for Thomas's birthday, I just used my own allowance for that, so we're fine in that respect. But that is everything for this video, so let me zoom you out. This is how our weekly check-in is looking so far, and then if we open up to our monthly view, this is how it's looking. I love the fact that I have a monthly view for just budgeting. I think this is going to work out well. I did put some little notes over here, so I gave myself 2 goals. Well, one's a goal, so limit eating out expenses, and then also we're going to give £30 each for Valentine's Day, and that money is coming from, if you look at our budget, we had £175.34 left over, so we're going to use £60 of that for Valentine's Day. I didn't write it in my budget, but that's why I gave myself a little note, because it's not an unbudgeted expense, I just forgot to add it in, so that's over there. So it will probably be in red, the colour of unbudgeted. In fact, I've not moved over my little key, so if you don't know, this is my little key for all of our trackers. So purple is food, this kind of green teal is household, yellow is petrol, red is unbudgeted or other, blue is eating out, and pink is debt. I actually do need to put our debt down. We haven't quite transferred it over yet, but that will probably go at the beginning of the month. So yeah, I hope that you enjoyed this video. Let me know down in the comment section how your first week of February has gone, if you stayed in budget or if you have already had a bad week and need to get back on it. I'm always here to help, so if you want to message me on Instagram if you have any questions or queries about starting budgeting, then please message me. I'd be happy to help you and get you ready for your budgeting journey. But that is everything in this video. Like, comment, subscribe, and be part of our little YouTube family. And I'll see you on my next video, guys. Have a magical day. Bye.